Hola amigos de SensaCine México, bienvenidos a un nuevo video. En la Comic Con 2019 tuvimos la oportunidad de entrevistar a los protagonistas de Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio y William Zabka, quienes regresan con sus personajes Danny y Johnny para la serie Cobra Kai, la cual se estrena este fin de semana en Netflix, y es por eso que aquí te compartimos un poco de lo que nos contaron. Pero ya sabes que antes de arrancar con el video, no olviden suscribirse a nuestro canal.
It was Josh Heald, he wrote Hot Tub Time Machine, and he put me in Hot Tub Time Machine. I mean, they got me in that. So I met Josh on that, and I knew John and Hayden from they're all good friends, so we knew each other. I got an email saying, "Can we have lunch with you? We want to talk to you about a project." I thought it was like Harold and Kumar 3 or something, 5, and then they sat down and they said, "We're in a Mexican restaurant." And the chips came, and they're like, "Get the chips away, we're gonna talk." And it was like, "So, Karate Kid, Johnny Lawrence, blah, 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 blah." And it's gonna be like, if this was not Karate Kid, it would be called Bad Sensei, like Bad Santa, but you're Bad Sensei. And, like they had all these things. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. So you guys want to actually continue the Karate Kid franchise? They go, you can't just do that. And they're like, there's rights. It's owned by Sony. And they said, they're on board. And Will Smith's company, Overbrook, has rights on it. They're on board. Jerry Weintraub's estate, who's the producer of the movie. So they had already checked all the boxes with making it possible. And then they said, are you in or out? I said, I'm in. What's the next step? They said, we got to go get Ralph Macchio. And I said, good luck with that, because he's a tougher fish, and he's way more tentative about this. And so I was blown away. I left lunch thinking, I always say this, but it was like a girlfriend's calling me up and saying, "I still love you after all this time." Like, for real, it was like, 30 years later, your mind's like, I couldn't even process it.
There's so many, discipline, and discipline's a big part of it, but it's the philosophy, the Eastern philosophy. I mean, even all those Miyagi fortune cookie, philosophies, like you walk on the left side, you're safe. You walk on the right side, if you walk in the middle, you get squished like a grape, right? It's kind of silly. It reminds you of the movie, but the concept, I use that in life. The only bad choice is no choice. So make a choice and don't waffle in the middle, because you just, the direction, the road you choose will not be as defined. I love stuff like that. As a parent, I use those as a parent. And then if it doesn't work, I said, hey, that's what Mr. Miyagi said.
The writers, they watched an interview I did on the 20th anniversary of the Karate Kid DVD, and when I was talking about how I never saw Johnny Lawrence as the villain. For me to play him, Billy Zabka to play the character, I had to find the goodness in him. So I always saw him with a heart of gold with just a bad guidance. Miyagi saved him at the end. The crane kick liberated Johnny from this clutches of this guy Kreese. And at the end, Miyagi in Karate Kid 2 comes and saves Johnny from Kreese physically hurting him, right? So I've always believed that and thought that way. But of course, the world in the popular view isn't that, because it's the way the film's built. But these guys tapped into that, and they saw that interview, and they said, there's something to that, we can unravel that and go deep with it. And that's what they pitched me when they sat down. And so it's all in the writing, and they love the character the way I do. They take them on a trail that I never would have imagined, but it's amazing.
We're going to dive into the origins of Miyagi-Do karate. He's going to learn things potentially about Miyagi-Do that he didn't know, and maybe Johnny Lawrence will learn some things about Cobra Kai back in its origin that he didn't know.